So, what's up everyone? Antul here, and welcome back to the channel. It's that time of year again. The leaves are changing, the air is getting a little crisper, and of course, Apple has just dropped the latest version of iOS. And this year, we're looking at iOS 26. Now, I've been running the developer beta on my daily driver for a few weeks now, and I've had some time to really dig in and live with it. There's a lot to unpack, as always, some minor tweaks, some quality of life improvements, and a few headline features that are genuinely game-changing. It's a pretty substantial update, and I'm genuinely excited about some of the directions Apple is taking things. So, in this video, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to break it all down. I've sorted through all the noise, the small stuff, the things you might not even notice right away, and I've distilled it down to what I think are the top 5 biggest, most impactful features in iOS 26. These are the features that you'll actually use every single day, the ones that change how you interact with your iPhone. We'll go through everything from a completely redesigned lock screen to some seriously impressive battery management tools that might just solve one of the biggest iPhone pain points. There's a lot to cover, so we're just going to dive right in. I'll walk you through each feature, show you how it works, and give you my honest first impressions on whether it's a hit or a miss. This is my deep dive into the best parts of iOS 26, the features you absolutely cannot miss. All right, let's get into it. All right, first up, and this is the one you'll notice the second you pick up your phone, the revamped lock screen. For years, the iPhone lock screen has been, well, pretty static. You get your clock, your notifications, and shortcuts to the camera and flashlight, that's it. But with iOS 26, Apple has finally blown it wide open. We're talking a level of customization that feels more Android than Apple, and I mean that in the best way possible. You can now press and hold on the lock screen to enter this new customization gallery, which feels a lot like the watch face gallery on Apple Watch. It's super intuitive. From here, you can change almost everything. The font and color of the clock can be tweaked to match your wallpaper. You can apply depth effects to your photos, so the subject of your portrait photo can actually sit in front of the clock, which looks incredibly clean. But the real headline feature here is the addition of widgets. Yes, widgets. Right on your lock screen, you can add a little weather widget, your calendar appointments, your fitness rings, stock tickers, you name it. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about getting glanceable information without even having to unlock your phone. It's a fundamental shift in how the lock screen functions. It's clear Apple spent a lot of time thinking about this. The implementation is slick, the animations are smooth, and the integration with focus modes is genius. You can create multiple lock screens, each with its own wallpaper, clock style, and set of widgets, and then link them to different focus modes. So your work lock screen can show your upcoming meetings, while your personal lock screen can show your fitness goals. It's this deep level of personalization and utility that makes this feel like one of the biggest updates to the iPhone experience in years. It's not just a new coat of paint, it's a whole new foundation. Next up, let's talk about something that happens more behind the scenes, but is arguably even more important: privacy. Every year, Apple adds another layer to its privacy fortress, and iOS 26 is no exception. This year, they're introducing a new feature called the Privacy Dashboard. Think of it as a central command center for all your data permissions. Instead of having to dig through settings for each individual app, you can now go to one place and see a detailed 7-day summary of which apps have accessed your location, microphone, camera, contacts, and photos. But it's more than just a report. The dashboard is interactive and gives you direct control. If you see an app accessed your location more than you're comfortable with, you can tap on it right from the dashboard and revoke that permission instantly. It's all about making permissions more transparent and actionable for the average user. They've also expanded on the paste notification. Now, you'll get a clear, concise pop-up whenever an app reads from your clipboard, so you know exactly when and where your copied information is being accessed. It's a small thing, but it adds a significant layer of awareness. Apple is also introducing a new Secure Enclave API for developers. Now, this is a bit more technical, but the gist is that it allows apps to perform sensitive operations, like authentication or processing private data, in a hardware-isolated environment that even the main operating system can't touch. This makes it significantly harder for malware or bad actors to compromise your most sensitive information. It's this multi-pronged approach, user-facing transparency with the dashboard and deeper system-level hardware security, that shows Apple is still taking privacy more seriously than just about anyone else in the game. It's a solid, meaningful update. Okay, let's talk about Siri. For a while now, Siri has felt like it's been playing catch-up. It's useful for setting timers and alarms, but for more complex tasks, it often falls short. With iOS 26, it feels like Apple is finally giving its voice assistant a much-needed brain boost. The biggest change is on-device processing for more requests. This means that many of your commands, like launching apps, changing settings, or creating alarms, are now handled directly on your iPhone instead of being sent to a server. The result? It's noticeably faster. The lag between you speaking and Siri acting is almost gone for these common tasks. This on-device intelligence also unlocks new capabilities. Siri can now understand context a lot better. For example, if you're looking at a contact in the Contacts app, you can just say send them a message, and Siri will know who them is. This contextual awareness extends to apps like Photos, Safari, and Mail, making interactions feel more natural and less robotic. You don't have to be so specific with your commands anymore. It's a small but powerful shift towards a more conversational and intuitive assistant, which is something users have been asking for a long time. But my favorite improvement is the new Siri Shortcuts Pro feature. This basically supercharges the existing Shortcuts app. You can now create more complex multi-step automations using just your voice. You can chain commands together, use conditional logic, like if it's raining, text my partner to bring an umbrella, and have Siri execute the entire sequence. It's moving Siri from a simple command and response tool to a genuine automation platform. It still has a ways to go to catch up with the competition in some areas, but with iOS 26, Siri is taking its biggest and most promising step forward in years. So, we talked about widgets on the lock screen, but Apple didn't stop there. The widgets on your home screen are also getting a major upgrade in iOS 26. The big story here is interactivity. Until now, home screen widgets have basically been static windows of information. Tapping on one would just launch you into the corresponding app. But now, widgets can have buttons, toggles, and controls built right in. This is a huge deal for user experience. It means you can perform quick actions without ever leaving your home screen. Imagine a music widget where you can actually play, pause, and skip tracks directly from the widget itself. Or a home app widget where you can toggle your smart lights on or off. A reminders widget where you can check off completed tasks. This turns widgets from simple information portals into mini apps that live on your home screen. It reduces the number of taps it takes to get things done and makes the entire interface feel more alive and functional. The implementation is really clean, with smooth animations that provide great feedback when you interact with an element. Apple is also introducing a new Smart Stack Pro. The original Smart Stack was cool, using on-device intelligence to surface the right widget at the right time. The Pro version takes this a step further by allowing interactive widgets within the stack. So, your stack might show you the weather in the morning, your calendar for your first meeting, and then an interactive music widget for your commute home. They're also adding new widget sizes, including a larger, more immersive size that can show even more information and controls. It's a thoughtful evolution that makes one of iOS's best features even better and more indispensable. And finally, let's talk about the one thing that's on everyone's mind with every new iOS update: battery life. Apple is introducing a suite of new battery management tools in iOS 26 that are genuinely promising. The main feature is called Adaptive Charging Mode. We've had optimized battery charging for a while, which learns your routine and holds the charge at 80% overnight. Adaptive charging takes this concept and applies it throughout the day. The phone now learns your daily usage patterns, not just your overnight charging habits. So, for example, if it knows you typically don't use your phone much between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. while you're in meetings, it will intelligently slow down background processes and network activity during that time to conserve power. It's a proactive, not reactive approach to battery saving. In the battery section of settings, there's a new detailed graph that shows you not just which apps are using your battery, but it will break down usage into categories like background audio, screen on, and network activity, giving you a much clearer picture of your power consumption. On top of that, there's a new extreme low power mode. This goes way beyond the current low-power mode. It significantly reduces system animations, pauses most background activity, and even lowers the screen's refresh rate on promotion displays. Apple claims this can eke out several extra hours of life when you're really in a pinch, like below 10%. It's not something you'd want to use all the time, as it does compromise the experience, but as an emergency option, it's a fantastic addition. All in all, these tools give you more insight and more control, which is exactly what you want when it comes to managing the life of your device. So there you have it, my top 5 features for iOS 26. From the incredibly deep customization of the new lock screen to the genuinely useful battery management tools, this feels like a really mature and thoughtful update from Apple. They're not just adding features for the sake of adding them, they're refining the core experience in ways that make a tangible difference in day-to-day use. The added privacy controls continue to build trust, and the improvements to Siri and widgets make the whole system feel more intelligent and proactive. It's a solid step forward on all fronts. Of course, these are just my top 5. There are dozens of other smaller tweaks and changes scattered throughout the OS, and I'm sure you'll discover your own favorites as you start using it. That's always part of the fun. So I'm curious to hear from you guys. Drop a comment down below and let me know which feature you're most excited about. Is it the interactive widgets, the smarter Siri, or something else I didn't even cover? I read as many comments as I can, so let's get the conversation started. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay up to date on all the latest in tech, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you don't miss the next one. It's the best way to support the channel and it means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.